Hello everyone and welcome to a review of the humble, very positive bundle. It exists out of 8 different games and I'll give my honest opinion about every single one of them. So you'll know if it's actually worth it to get it or not. Starting off with Super Mega Baseball Extra Innings. A game where you can customize your own characters, where the AI gets stronger as you get better. And you can actually play this in 4-player co-op in local. There's actually a level system as well. And this makes sure you can improve skill attributes of every player. I do recommend this game if you like baseball, but if you don't, I think you might want to drop this one. Fuck! And the second game, Steven's Sausage Roll. A puzzle game where you can actually go into a sort of open world to select your levels, but I have to say the levels are actually pretty hard from the very start, or I'm just stupid. I mean, puzzle games aren't really my thing, and if they aren't your thing either, I suggest you drop this one as well. It doesn't really have an attractive graphic style, the gameplay isn't very interesting, so yeah, the game is kind of meh in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy it at all. Now the third game in this bundle is actually a game I'm more enthusiastic about. It's called They Bleed Pixels. The cutscenes are actually pretty good. They look pretty interesting. The graphics, well, they are pixels, but the art is pretty nice. Overall, it's a 2D platformer hack and slash game. It has some interesting combos, and the platformer jumpy things may be a little bit hard sometimes, but it's fun. It has enough challenge, not too much frustration, and I definitely pick this bundle up if you are into this kind of game. Now the fourth game, called Hacknet, is actually something I haven't really seen before. You actually have to hack into different computers and servers for different missions you have to complete within the game. There is a text-driven story, so you'll have to read emails and stuff if you're actually interested in the story. But even without the story, it's actually a pretty fun game. You'll actually learn a lot more about different servers, firewalls and hacking methods. I definitely pick this one up if you have some patience and are actually interested in this kind of stuff. The game I was looking the most forward to playing is called The Deadly Tower of Monsters. It's a game that doesn't really know how the enter button looks like, and that makes it pretty confusing of how to actually go through different menus or apply settings. I have to say I'm actually quite disappointed with its gameplay, even though it had some funny moments. But it actually just had funny moments. The gameplay is actually quite similar to other games, and other games have it done better in my opinion. The upgrade system wasn't that interesting. It only gave some little bonuses to HP or damage. The weapon upgrades weren't that interesting. It was pretty hard to get golden cogs to actually upgrade your weapons. Other than that, in my opinion, I wouldn't pick this up since there are much better games, much better familiar games. But if it looks interesting to you, or you just want to go for the comedy within it, I'd say you can pick it up. A game I got really interested in is called Underrail. Underrail in the beginning showed me quite a bit skill tree where I could divide different points into different skills and it had different feats as well, and all other kinds of crazy stuff you could actually spend your points in and develop your character with. It's a game with turn-based combat, so you'll have different turns, the AI has different turns, and within that turn only you or the AI can move or attack. Now, honestly, the controls weren't that, well, obvious. You actually had to read quite a lot of text to get to know the controls, but that's fine. However, I was actually quite disappointed again in the gameplay. The graphics really didn't attract me at all, and I actually got really bored of the music as well. I actually did switch the music out for my own music, simply because it was too... yeah, it just sounded too much of the same, all the time looping and looping. And the beginning was very slow too. I actually got attacked right away after just trying to salvage some shelves. And I couldn't get away at all either. So the NPCs got way too aggressive right away. I mean, it's kind of a Fallout thing, you know, you steal other people's stuff and they immediately attack you. But in Fallout at least you can get away or get at least a warning. Now I actually died 3 times because of this, but I kinda did want to try if I could actually kill everyone in the very beginning, but other than that, it wasn't really interesting at all. I had my hopes up due to the beginning and the skill tree, but no. Crashlands, in my opinion, one of the very best in this bundle. It's kind of like Don't Starve. It's single player, and the mechanics are a little bit different. You can actually teleport to your base and to other bases. So instead of the wormholes in the ground, which may lead to your base or just completely somewhere else, you actually get teleporters and you can warp from your map to either the teleporters or to your main base, which I actually love. So I don't have to walk around all the time and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, there are also NPCs and different quests, which I also like. That does make sure you actually run around a little bit in a direction instead of a random direction, and you can actually just earn stuff and stuff like that. You can actually unlock stuff by either killing stuff, picking up crates and all that kind of shenanigans, and well, I did really enjoy it. It is not in multiplayer, it's single player only, but that's completely fine to me. There are quite some different enemies. Also, what I do love about this game is that the weapons have different prefixes. So you actually get a weapon, a vampiric weapon, which steals HP on attack, or an ice weapon which freezes an enemy, or burn, berserk, and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Now, I do think that it would have been cool if it had multiplayer, but it's kind of optional. There's a lot of stuff to do, and it looks great. The developers also aren't lazy. They are pretty great. It actually has been worked on for quite a while, this game. And even one of the developers, I believe they are brothers, and one of the brothers actually had cancer, and he continued working on this game while he was in the hospital and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Definitely one of the best of this bundle, and definitely worth getting. The game I enjoyed the most in this bundle is called Curious Expedition. It's a game where you have to go on an expedition with a team and get as much treasure as you can. And every piece of treasure can get you fame and can actually get you up in the high score against AIs. As far as I know, the events are random, and that can actually cause a lot of replayability. You can also choose between a lot of different characters, and in between the expeditions you can also gain perks for your heroes. It's pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. You can recruit different people for your team as well. Everyone has their own loyalty status, and they can actually die as well. So try to keep them alive, make sure you have good equipment with you. You can even encounter hyenas, lions, elephants, and engage battle with them, or even tribes. Because if you actually steal treasure, let's say a cave or pyramid, the tribes will, within the country or within the lands, will actually be less kind to you, and they'll actually may be aggressive as well. You have to deal with insanity or sanity, and just make sure your team survives. So basically, whenever you have to interact with different NPCs, you can actually choose what kind of interaction you want to do with its own, well, let's say, consequences. So if you actually say something stupid, the NPCs may like you a bit less, or you get a worse deal out of it. So try to be as nice as you can. After the game, you can actually review what you did and how your story went. So after you've done an expedition, you can actually click review or something similar like that, and you actually go to a upload a document sort of in a web page, and you can read all the days that's been gone by and which and the text that showed up in your book as well. It's great. I actually recommend you to pick this one up, even if you don't like the rest of the bundle. Just try to get it on the Steam store, or just get the whole bundle. I mean, it's not that expensive, so yeah. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Thank you.